everybody, and welcome to our show, our Hurricanes Camp Report. Joe Zagacki, my broadcast partner, former center and team captain Don Bailey Jr. And today, DBJ, we're going to talk offense. Offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson has brought a renewed energy to this offense.
He sure has, Joe, and it's permeated through the entire team. It's affected the level of play out of the defense, and he's also challenging everybody on the offensive side of the football.
You know, a year ago at Houston, his quarterback threw 40 touchdown passes. 2 years ago, they were 6th in the country in time of possession. Miami has those numbers this year. Look out.
Look out is right, and don't forget, let's tell all our Hurricane fans that he loves to run the football too. Coach Cristobal loves to run it, Coach Mirabal loves to run it, and he does as well.
Okay, offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson coming up next. Delighted to be joined now by Hurricanes offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson. Coach, great to see you. Thanks for being with us. An observer would say about training camp so far that with your offense, your players really are bonding to their coordinator.
I think so. I mean, we obviously have a long way to go, but, you know, my initial job getting here was to sell them, right? Sell them on not as much the scheme part of it, but the attitude and approach you have to have for it, right? And I think for the most part, we're embracing that. I think, you know, today we had a little bit of a rougher day, so you kind of see, you know, how people are going to be when you have rough days, right? It's not always going to be good days.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, but you got to embrace that, and I think they have, and we're going to keep preaching it.
Well, we'll dive into the scheme and personnel, but back to the connection for a moment. I think that's one of the great things about successful coaches, able to connect with their players. Why are you able to connect with this group so quickly?
I think it's a good group. I think we got a bunch of good kids. I understand that it's not about me, too, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not coming in here with a certain type ego that, you know, is going to be brash or pushing people. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's best for Miami football, and this is a collaborative effort of the coaches we have here and the players that we have in place. And so I'm just trying to figure out what the best fit for this place is and what it's going to look like.
How should we describe the offense? We know air raid. We have air raid principles and came from that tree. But I know you want it to be the Miami offense. So what would you say about it?
Well, I mean, you know, we're going to be physical. You know, we're never going to get too far away from running the football, and our guys have done a really good job of running the football here in camp already. And so our O-line is situated well. Coach Maribel does a great job with those guys. And so the better we can run it, the easier it is to throw it. And so we're going to be able to change stuff up and change formations up, but we're going to be a physical football team.
People look at spread offense and they think go up and down the field in a hurry. A couple years ago at Houston, you were top 10 in time of possession.
Yeah.
And then last year, your quarterback only threw 40 touchdown passes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm all about the best chemistry for this team. And so if you look at the 2 years ago, our defense was top 10 in the nation. And so we were way more efficient on offense. We didn't worry about running 80 or 90 plays a game. We knew that if we could be efficient and move the football and do good in the red area, then we were going to win games because people had a hard time scoring on us. So to me, our approach is to be a collaborative effort with the defense and special teams. And so the identity of this team will come in place as camp grows and as the season grows, and we will adjust accordingly. You know, we're not going to sit there and say we're this or we're that. I mean, we're going to do certain things based on how the game's going and how this team is organized from top to bottom, and then we'll try to do our part when we get our chance.
What are your expectations for Tyler Van Dyke?
High. You know, I mean, I'm putting a lot on him. The kid's got a high football IQ. You know, we're getting there offensively with communication. It's not there yet. That takes some time. You know, I mean, it's all a different language, and he's had 3 offensive coordinators in 3 years, which is tough, and I understand that. So I'm trying to keep things as friendly as I can in the learning process, right? And on top of that, dumping as much on him as I can. And so I'm very understanding of where he's at in his career. And he's got a really unique skill set for this offense. And so it's our job to put a product out there around him that's compatible.
You've given him a bevy of wide receivers.
Yeah.
How will you incorporate all those guys?
Well, I mean, a lot of them are going to have to play. You know, I mean, we're not sitting here And I mean, I think we're talented at receiver, and I don't want to take this the wrong way, but we're not sitting here with a guy that had 100 receptions coming back. And so, look, we're going to see who the dude is, you know, and we're going to play a lot of people to see who the dude is, or the dudes are, right? And so making plays in practice is a little different than making them in a game. And so we're going to roll people in. You're going to see a lot of different people play, and we're going to sit there and who's hot's who's going to play, you know, and if you're making more plays, you'll play more. And so that's the only way I know how to do it.
How about the running back situation? Will you play multiple running backs?
I think you have to in today's football. I mean, the running back position is a physical position. I mean, if you look at their just job description, right? They got to carry the ball, which they're getting hit in all directions. Then they got to protect, which they're picking up a linebacker that's typically 220, right? And then they got to catch the ball, and they're getting hit. So, I mean, they take a lot of abuse, right? So we want to spread that out, you know, as much as possible. And we have a core group of running backs here that are really talented, and there's no reason not to roll those guys through where we're fresh. And, you know, the more people you have, the fresher you're going to be. So I expect that to be running back by committee, but it'll be the hottest hand guy, just like receiver. I mean, if somebody's out there rolling, then we're going to ride him.
Yeah. Last thing for you, my sense is you really enjoy the grind of training camp.
I love it, man. It's what we're doing right now. I mean, it's football all day.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not loving football all day, then you need to be in a different profession, you know. And it's fun. Going against our defense and Coach Guidry's fun. I mean, we're growing every day because of the stuff they do, right? And I appreciate those guys. And so, yeah, but it's a good group of guys to work with. Meetings are fun. They're very informative. You know, Coach Cristobal has got a wealth of knowledge. And so, you know, it's a learning deal every day. If you're not learning every day, then something's wrong with you.
Yeah. We're glad to have you. We love football down here, so glad to have you. All right, that's
you guys.
Offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson.
Don Bailey coming to you from the Carroll Sofer Indoor Practice Facility with Xavier Restrepo, Miami's slot receiver. And Xavier, how's camp going?
It's going great. Offense is looking good. Defense is giving us one heck of a time every single day, and I mean, we're all clicking. So I'm just super excited for our first game at the Rock.
I think the offense is giving the defense some challenges as well. We've talked to Coach Dawson and Coach Guidry. It's a little back and forth, and that's really what you want.
Oh, for sure. I mean, when we go ones versus ones, twos versus twos, I mean, every single day it's a battle. You know what I'm saying? We're fighting for every single yard and every single catch. So, I mean, it's just great competition out there, and we just love it.
Talk to us about your room, the wide receiver room. You've got some freshmen in there. We've got some guys that have completely transformed their bodies. Give us an update on how that unit's performing.
I mean, we've always been ball players, you know what I'm saying? And obviously the guys coming in, they're coming in for a reason because they know how to play ball, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the biggest thing is just, the mental side of the game. And you know the saying, I mean, it's 80% mental, 20% physical. That's a real thing because, I mean, if you're playing out there confident, you play so much better than when you don't know what you're doing or anything like that. So, I mean, we're doing a great job as a receiver room, understanding the playbook, understanding everybody's job, not just ours. And we're just flying around the field.
So who wins the Jugs Machine Award? Is it you or Ray Ray? Both of you guys live on that Jugs Machine, working extra hard.
Right. I mean, again, that guy came in and I took him under my wing, and I mean, ever since then he's just been grinding the same like me. So I mean, we go back and forth. So it's awesome.
The offense in general, Tyler Van Dyke, solidified at the quarterback spot. How's he adjusting to this offense, and is everybody getting a complete understanding of what's expected?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like he's that type of quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Let him sit back there, and I mean, Coach Dawson has great trust in all of us, and we have amazing trust in Coach Dawson. So, I mean, when he's back there, he's, like the field general, as they say, and I mean, he's doing an awesome job, and we're just all following his footsteps.
What's this Miami defense going to be like? You go against them all day, every day. How have they improved, or what's going to be different?
Man, I mean, it's like you're on a war field and there's bullets flying everywhere, you know what I'm saying? They're giving us all types of great looks, and I mean, me, Cam, James, we all just sit around and just talk about it, and they're saying that the offense is looking really good. while we're saying the defense is looking really good. So, I mean, it's just great competition. Defense is looking outstanding, and I just love that as a teammate, you know what I'm saying, because I know when we're on the same side after this fall camp, it's going to be fun watching them.
The importance of a running game, we've talked about it, but it really helps the passing game more than anything.
For sure. We're deep in the running back room. I mean, Henry Parrish, kid's a beast, you know what I'm saying? New running backs, Mark Fletcher, Chris Johnson. I mean, we have so many different types of backs in that in that running back room, and it's just great because I know at the end of the day that we're going to block our tails off for them, and they're going to, you know, block their tails off for us when it comes to the passing game.
Xavier, you're local, and one of the great things about being a local player is that you get to be around your family. Seems like your family's here quite a bit. What's that mean to you, and how does it encourage you and inspire you?
Oh, no, for sure. The entire, you know, not legacy, but just this entire path that I've gone ever since a kid, you know, the journey, they've always been there. Every single practice, every single game. So I'm just extremely blessed to have a support system that I do, and I don't take it for granted, not one day. I mean, my mom works from home, and my dad, you know, is he's a manager at a Dixie clamp and scaffold at a yard. So, I mean, he gets out here whenever he can, but just to see, you know, my mom out here, and then, you know, it's summer break right now, so my little sister and my little brother are out of school. So, I mean, just to, you know, that's my why, seeing them out here. Every time I'm tired, I look to the side and just see them, and I just don't get tired, you know what I'm saying, because they're so much more important to me.
It's one of the great advantages staying home and going to the University of Miami, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, for sure. That's why we're trying to keep all these guys down here.
Don Bailey with Xavier Restrepo, and thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, a good look at the Hurricanes offense. It's important to note you got to be able to transfer the good things that have been happening on the practice field here into the games starting September 1st against Miami of Ohio.
That's why it's very important the next couple of weeks of practice, including a couple of scrimmages, go off without a hitch. Miami's got to challenge this offense and the play calling and make sure the communication is in place once game one comes around.
Okay, for Don Bailey Jr., I'm Joe Zagacki. Thanks so much for joining us on our Hurricanes Camp Report.